What is up, everyone? Happy Monday. We're here. We're back talking about a weekend full of hoops, the Elite Eight. Kelly, how did we fare this weekend?
Not great, Megan. I mean, come on. When Houston shoots 5% from 3-point land, I just knew that I was dead in the water early on there. Obviously, by the time the game started to tip, I knew exactly. I tweeted it out at halftime of the very first game. Nope. This is exactly going to be the Final Four. It's going to be Duke. It's going to be North Carolina, KU, Villanova. At that point, I just kind of gave up hope because I just stopped caring. I don't know how else to say it. I'm really disappointed. I really love to see some of those smaller schools. I love to see some schools that people didn't expect to get in. And instead, we've got 3.5 blue bloods. Yeah, I spent an hour this morning listening to the guys dissect whether or not Villanova was a blue blood or not, whether they are or are not. I don't care. It sucks. I really, really wanted to see, and not even St. Peter's necessarily, right? But like a Texas Tech or another school that just is really underrepresented. But there's a reason why these are 4 of the top basketball programs in America. Sorry, David Blattman, that does not include your Arizona Wildcats. And that's the last mean thing I'm going to say to Blattman for a long time, because I posted something kind of cheesy yesterday on Instagram, and he goes, "This is how I feel about you." Basically, it's like you don't have to associate with people that treat you like shit. and I love David. I gave him a lot of hell, and I appreciate him letting me use him as a punching bag for the remainder of college basketball season.
You gotta have thick skin. Whenever you're dealing with KIV, you gotta have thick skin, and it is what it is. We gotta toughen up around here, guys. I mean, if I can take some chips off of Kelly, I think everyone should be able to. And also, she's funny. I mean, come on, guys. I will say I am sorry that your bet did not hit, but I will say congratulations to Sexy J Wright, Villanova, and their ability to do what? Make their free throws.
Make their free throws.
I wasn't right about much this weekend. I went ahead and kept on riding the hot hands. And look, I knew I was going to get burned. Did I think that St. Peter's had a chance to cover? For sure. But I knew that, like, if for St. Peter's, Arkansas, for Miami, that it was either going to be a just skin of your teeth game, or they were going to get absolutely fucking obliterated, blown out. And I obviously got the other side of that for those 3 games. But yeah, congratulations to Villanova. They're on to the final, or to the Final Four. So just my brain was trying to work that out. I'm not sure yet why. But yeah, Houston was definitely a team that I thought had the ability to make it. I definitely thought that they were, and I feel like if they played this game 3 more times, Houston maybe wins it too. But Villanova and their free throw shooting, as I said, they are on track to being the best free throw shooting team of all time. It's what ended up getting them the win. But that one was a sour one for Kel. So let's talk about some more of that sour one for me. I finally decided to bet on Musselman and Arkansas and think that they were going to get it done. Maybe I need to pre-apologize to Marty and tell him. I mean, I didn't say anything wrong. I was just saying I don't know if this team is the team of destiny that everyone is saying that it is. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this team is the team of destiny. Maybe Coach K is supposed to go out on this big bang and win and end up being one of the greatest college basketball coaches of all time. But man, I bet against them, and the Razorbacks, I thought were going to be able to go out there and grind it out, and they kind of came out hot after half, had like a 9-0 run. I was like, all right, let's fucking do this. We're back in this thing. And then what do you know? Duke, as I said, with that extremely high ceiling, goes out there. They made the second half adjustments, and they got the job done. So congratulations to Duke on that win. We now get to see them laying 4.5. It was 4.5. I think it might be down to 4. Against who? The Tar Heels. This is like every 90s boys that owned one of those hats, like Wet Dream. It's like you have the Duke hat, and then you have the Tar Heel hat. Everyone's just like should be like super excited. But But Kelly, what did you make of that Arkansas game? Do you really think that Duke is that much better than Arkansas, or do you think that Arkansas was a bad matchup for Duke? Do you think that this is that their bubble had just come to burst? What are your thoughts on that game?
There were a few things that after I watched the two match up towards one another, man, Arkansas is small. And I'm looking at this going, how did I miss this all year long? Size advantage definitely went to Duke. Duke was
I had no idea how small they were either. And whenever I saw that, it's like almost like a trick in my brain because I was like, no, wait, I feel like Arkansas is a pretty long team. No, wrong. Like, I was so wrong.
Honestly, Megan, they just looked really lost. It was sad, kind of, because I was excited to see what Eric Busselman was able to do. And this, not just this year, but also just in his 2 short years there. I mean, this team's average height is 76.8 inches. Duke's average height is 78.4. So less than 2 inches. They look 2 feet taller than Arkansas.
Can really make the difference, though, Kelly.
I just couldn't believe how mismatched the game was. And as I said, I kind of knew it was a loser. This has been an atrocious college basketball season for me. Full disclosure, I went from the best football season, college football and NFL, that I've ever had to, I don't know if it's my worst college basketball season, but it sure feels like it. So it's just been kind of an interesting one. No, Jesse, my tan doesn't need to come back. I turned my light on. Look how red my face is. Because I was getting heated on the phone right before the show, and I just didn't want to be all shiny and red. So I turned the freaking light off. But yeah, I'll get a spray tan if I go to New Orleans, which is TBD, and Megan will get to that here in a minute.
Yeah, TBD. We'll talk all about that after we go through the other, 2 games we got here. But yeah, for a second, again, I really thought this Miami team was going to pull the upset. I was sitting in my chair. Not only did I think it, my live bet also thought that with me. So me and my phone went ahead and hit that Miami money line live, and I literally knew from as soon as I watched the circle start to spin, I said, big fucking mistake. Miami just got absolutely outplayed. They were forcing threes all first half, which I understand their offense is explosive, but Jesus Christ, why are we pushing threes? Just go get your high percentage shots and stay within just a number range of your opponent. But instead, they felt like Miami was trying to play fucking catch up the entire game before they were even down by very much. Kansas did what they were supposed to do. They had a absolutely convincing win. And I'm kind of sad to see this Miami team go. They've made me a lot of money throughout the season. Kelly, you know a lot about this Kansas team. How do you think they're going to fare for the rest of the tournament?
I wasn't joking when I said the Kansas fans are welcome because they look like hot garbage in the first half. I go outside, I'm watering the plants, I'm starting the grill. I'm like, all right, I'm already on to the next game mentally because I had St. Peter's in my Calcutta. I also had the under in the KU game just because unders were hitting like at a nice clip. My buddy sent it to me and I'm like, all right, fine. Even though it's moved 2.5 points and it goes against everything I say I'm going to do. So that was nice that Miami failed to show up in the second half. But while I was outside grilling, my buddy Ben texted me and he goes, I can't believe you didn't unload on KU second half. And I go, are they blowing them out that bad? And he's like, yeah, it's embarrassing.
I was so mad. I sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I was pouty patty. I turned my shit off. I would love to talk more about that game, but also love to talk more about the St. Peter's game. But you know what? I was a pouty patty. So hopefully you have everything to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough, but that's what KU does, and that's what they've done all season, Megan. If you watched any of their games, and unfortunately I have to watch a lot of them, being a graduate of a team in the Big 12, no, KU has some really great second half moments all season long. And the fact that they do what some of the other teams in the Final Four do, and that is make great second half adjustments. Miami flat out got out-coached in the second half, got outplayed. And I wasn't surprised to see it, but, never once in my mind did I think that, oh, yeah, I should just rush and bet KU second half. And the reason is because they fuck around, Megan, and do this almost every year, where they lose to some team they probably were never even supposed to play. I mean, there used to be a point in time in college where I had all sorts of these mid-major t-shirts because K-State basketball sucked. And until we got Frank Martin to take us to the Elite Eight, our only joy in life was watching KU have either an early round exit or getting beat up by some Cinderella team. So I had like a Bucknell shirt, I had a Davidson shirt, and I was like, Miami's not some slouch team, but I would be here for this. And of course, that means KU goes on a monster second half run and gets a W. So I'm sorry you got the loss. As I tweeted, I didn't have any action for myself other than a couple of my buddies sending me plays that I was going to tweet out. So I was team money shots, and I was team money shots because I had, a little bit of hatred in my heart for KU, and also St. Peter's in a Calcutta would have been a nice 6-figure payout for our team. But I knew that was dead in the water as well.
Right. Also, look, it wouldn't have been a money shots. You couldn't have pulled for a money shots card if it wasn't all dogs. I took a risk there, throwing out all dogs, hoping that the hot hand would indeed stay hot. Obviously, it did not. Speaking of which, shout out St. Peter's. You've made a lot of people proud, a lot of people happy. I will say I didn't think that this is not by any means. This is just a thought that came into my head. But Joe Burrow during Super Bowl week started to get super swaggy. But then Super Bowl day, he came out unloaded, looking like he was in a reboot of The Mask. If I'm stealing that from PFT, I feel like Doug got like a Joe Burrow itch, if you will. He was the white boy on the team, the swaggy white boy. He was making his threes. He's making his shots. And with every game, he grew more and more into this Doug character. And I'm wondering if the Doug character, I'm not saying ended up losing them that game, but I wonder if it affected him at all during this last game.
I mean, I tweeted that I thought Holloway going to Seton Hall, which we kind of heard the rumblings of that, I think starting after the Kentucky game, but we really started to hear it after they beat Purdue. And I kind of wonder if there was a lot of distractions because St. Peter's looked like a team that plays in the Atlantic Athletic Conference. I had to think about it because that's how much I don't follow those little conferences, but it's true. They just looked like they didn't deserve to be there. And it was funny because Purdue got made fun of, Kentucky got made fun of, all these other schools. And while that's fun to poke fun at those schools for losing to them, that's kind of what happens. I mean, these Cinderella schools, and the reason why none of them have ever won a national championship is because of that. Do you become too full of yourself? Do you just become that unmatched, not only athletically, but mentally? Think about how big of a stage that is. They upset Purdue. Megan, I told you on Saturday, I spilled an entire glass of wine because they single-handedly saved my Calcutta season. And I knew in my mind what that win was worth. And it was worth way more than St. Peter's on the money line. I was so excited for them. At a point, I wonder if it just becomes too big for them. I mean, it became too big for me, that's for sure. So I can only imagine if you're a 19, 20-year-old guy and, you got Barstool Sports making t-shirts about you. And I read today he's never even eaten a sandwich. I'm not even sure what that's about. I'll have to read the article later. But I was like, who hasn't eaten a sandwich? His dad's getting interviewed. It's like, oh, yeah, it runs in the family. Everybody was getting involved.
Yeah, I will say there was that little, how they do the little player profile before the game. And he was like showing off the stash and giving out finger guns. And I'm like, fuck, man, is this where I hedge? Is this where I need to hedge? I don't know. But look, shout out to the Peacocks. No one thought that they were going to make it that far. They made me, just like Miami, a ton of money. So I can't get too mad or be too salty about their loss. Less to a UNC team who I've also really liked this year. Kelly, what are your thoughts immediately about, well, I think, as I said, it's down to 4. I saw it earlier at 4.5. Opening with this Duke UNC game, because I don't think, I understand that, the Kansas Villanova games just, really, really exciting. But this Duke UNC game, has there been a more exciting matchup that you can think of in quite some time? Because even the Super Bowl matchup wasn't, it was fun.
As far as TV and headlines go, sure. Yeah. I don't think it's that exciting. These two teams play each other twice a year. Saturday, February 5th, Duke beats the ever-living snot out of North Carolina by 20 in Chapel Hill. Then Saturday, March 5th, Duke is at home and gets the crap beat out of them by North Carolina. I think this is going to be an interesting game. I think the line is about right, but it is interesting to go back and look at the line history here, where Duke was a sizable favorite in both, especially at home. Now we're talking neutral court. It sounds like every Duke and North Carolina fan is trying to be there. Probably why I can't get a freaking hotel room in New Orleans. Way to go, my giant L for the day. Ken Palm makes this game 4, Megan. I think the key to North Carolina winning this game is going to not be to turn the ball over. And they're going to have to not give up all these points in the paint to the Duke bigs. And that's exactly what Duke did to Arkansas. And that does concern me here. But as far as like on paper, I think that I lean towards North Carolina in the points. I just don't know if I'm going to get there. We joked about Marty saying his team is a team of destiny. I said that 2 weeks ago when they beat Texas Tech. I was like, well, they're just going to win it all now. And everybody's like, oh, okay, you're just doing a reverse jinx. I'm like, I hope this is a reverse jinx. I hope that they don't. No disrespect to Coach K. He is going to be one of the greatest coaches of all time. But we all know I'm here for death and destruction. That's why I'm the little girl with the house on fire. I use that emoji all the time because I love to see the upsets. But yeah, I think Duke's going to win the whole thing. They'll probably be around a 2-point favorite over Kansas and around, if the injury to Moore is really significant, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and he really did tear his Achilles, which is what I'm hearing. I still haven't seen anything. So if anybody's seen anything, please drop it in the comments. And then Duke would be probably at least a 5-point favorite over Villanova.
If anyone has seen anything that is accurate, don't
yes, like I want to see actual like medical reports, like he's out, not just, oh, my buddy told me that he's out. No, I need to know because I haven't seen anything that has announced out, Megan. But in terms of the line, it's pretty indicative that he's not going to be playing.
Well, as far as the lines go and those two games, we're going to be back on Wednesday to break those down completely. But don't be surprised when Jay Wright's fine ass walks out there and gets to hoist that trophy and cut down the net. I'm just telling you, if you're going to be a cat, you might as well be a wild one. Am I right?
Oh, Megan, I'm ready to start talking NBA. On that note, I'm going to try to bring in Riggs next Wednesday. We're going to try to talk some master stuff. If you guys got some ideas, what you'd like to see from us, drop in the comment section. Drop it on Twitter. Megan's going to be doing some baseball, maybe with Rico and a couple other guys from Barstool. I'm going to see if I can't find some really solid NBA guys to hop on. And that way we can keep Money Shots alive because I don't have a whole lot until football season. I just want to go on vacation for 5 months, but I don't think Barstool's going to let me do that.
And yes, I will be here. I'll be talking some NBA, not NBA. I'll be hosting some NBA, some MLB. I'll try to find some college baseball that I want to give out. I tried yesterday. I went ahead and dabbled in that a bit, but wasn't a great result. Wasn't bad. Wasn't great. But I will say I need to make a deeper dive into both the MLB and college baseball here before I start giving anyone any advice or trying to, because I saw something earlier in the comments. Megan is an expert for like the 150,000th time. I am not an expert. Never have said that. There's never been a place where you can't clip it. Well, maybe now you can.
Maybe now you can. Now somebody's going to take this YouTube channel and clip it. Yeah, I feel the same way, Megan, about the word expert. My buddy Ben actually used it in his podcast in the headline today. And I was like, can you not? I don't like when people that I would consider sports betting experts call themselves experts. I mean, we're talking slim margins here. Remember, guys, you're laying 11 to win 10. It is so hard to win this long term. And that's just the bottom line. So, Megan, we'll be back Wednesday.
Absolutely. And then also, I put it on my Instagram. So if you saw it and haven't donated yet, you're a really bad person. So go ahead, either buy a t-shirt or go donate to the Hogs for the Cause Foundation. I know that Ben has been telling you all about it, but I don't know if he's not actually really explained it. Hogs for the Cause. Oh,
Somehow we lost you, but we can still hear you.
I don't know. I think Jack cut me off. Anyway, Hogs for the Cause is for pediatric brain cancer and for families whose children are going through other illnesses to help them with unexpected costs. Everyone knows, well, not everyone, but it's a great cause because all of those unexpected costs that come up when you're sick. Just imagine it when your kid has an ailment and it's constant and you're going to all these doctor's appointments and you have to try to make rent and feed your other kids and get everyone to school. And as a mom personally of two, thank God, healthy kids, I can just go ahead and put this on the record that while this might be great food and a lot of fun and a lot of music, that the cause is 1,000 times more important. And these people, it all started with 2 people, 1 keg, 1 pig roast, and it's grown from there. And now it's a $1 million charity and it goes directly to the families. It's not getting spread off anywhere. No one's getting their cut. It goes directly to the families. So please, even if it's just, if Kelly or I have won you any money, if we've won you $25, go donate $25. That's a meal for these families at night whenever they've had to deal with their kid getting poked and prodded all day. So please, again, it's a great, great cause. Go donate. The link is on my Instagram twice. I'll post it again. Kelly so kindly donated as well. So just please go do it. It's for a great cause.
Yeah, it's pinned to the top of my Twitter page. It's on my Instagram as well. So you guys have no excuses. We love you all. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us every single Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. We will not be here on Saturday, though. Just kind of giving everybody a heads up. Megan's going to be at Hogs for the Cause. And God willing, if I can find myself a hotel room, I will be there as well. So if you guys are in Louisiana on Saturday, either before the game or if you didn't end up getting tickets to the game, come down, hang out with us, donate, drink some beers, sit on the couch, yell at some TVs.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We will have TVs. There'll be couches. You have obviously live music. Fantastic food literally everywhere. There's going to be nooners and all kinds of drinks all over the place. Again, if you can't make it to New Orleans, just go donate. It really is that important. Kelly and I will be kind of changing the format, as we said. If there's anything that y'all want to see, if there's anyone that y'all want to see on the show, like if there's a 3rd or 4th mic, go ahead, drop them in the comments because we would love to know who y'all would want to see on our show or who y'all don't want to see on our show. So if you don't like producer Jack, say fuck Jack in the comments. Just kidding.
Poor Jack.
We all know we would want Jack on the show, or at least I do. Jack, you can co-host with me anytime. All right, y'all, we love you. Go donate. Be good people. We'll see you on Wednesday, not Saturday. Drop us what y'all want us to do in the comments. And we love you. Be good people.